Greetings, dear viewers. I'm going to be playing some more Heroes of the Storm, this time as Zeratul, a melee assassin. He's a free hero this week. I've played one practice game as Zeratul, and I plan to get on this first real game, record it, see how it goes, put it up, whether it's a win or a loss, but either way, analyze his particular nuances, and see if I can begin to develop a playstyle with the Dark Templar here.
I serve. Get ready for battle, you landlubbers!
These jerks are in for a world of pain.
Alright, so we've made it into the game. We are teamed up with Stitches, Sylvanas, Tychus, and Gazlo versus the enemy Sylvanas, Abathur, Diablo, Lili, and Tychus. So that should be fun.
Alright, I'm giving you 10 seconds.
I'm gonna pick up Block with Zeratul.
4, 3, 2, 1.
It helps his assassination in a different way. So, with this map, we're going to be collecting coins, doubloons. And Zeratul, just so I can get a bit of an introduction for Zeratul, he is permanently cloaked until he starts dealing damage, like here. Boom. Hope I missed. And then 3 seconds after he's done dealing damage, he will go cloaked again. So, on this map, we're collecting doubloons, gold coins, and around right here, we're going to turn them into this pirate that will spawn here. Alright, so this guy looks like he picked up some health from his fountain.
Word is there's treasure on the dock. Be quick and grab it!
Alright, so I was able to pick up a kill on the enemy Tychus here, which is cool. Now, there's really not much reason for me to be attacking at this point, except to push this lane. But what I should do...
And maybe I'll turn the cannon on your foe.
Seems like someone's having some... Seems like someone is having some optimization issues here. Alright, so I'm gonna try and pick up a kill on Diablo. Oh, I'm out of mana. Got him. Got him anyway. Got him anyway. Alright, so Zeratul has some mana issues. He can't constantly push this onslaught, and I don't want to run into that fog head first here. But now I am cloaked. Alright, picked up another kill. So we're picking up these gold doubloons. You can get them from chests and from NPCs on the map, and then you turn them in to whatever this dude's name is here. And you'll notice in the lower left, we've got 10 of 10 coins now. I've got 7. Well, we've got 7, and I'm turning in 3. So once we've got all 10, we've hired this pirate to launch cannonballs. I was going to say fireballs.
Let's get to the fun part.
And he's launching these cannonballs at our enemies' forts and things. Alright, so I'm actually going to go back. I'm not going to go to the fountain. And I want focused attack here, because I want to deal a lot of burst damage. That's my goal. I want to deal a lot of burst. I want to start roaming the map, finding places... Oh, look at the cannonballs being fired on our enemy's forts here. I want to roam the map, find places where I can deal some burst damage, and then get out. Since I'm cloaked, I can get around and do whatever I want, really. And I'm going to try that here. And I've always got Blink to get out of trouble if I need it. Just like that. Now I'll pick up some health from this fountain, and now I'm re-cloaked. So I'm actually going to mount up and run behind the target here. I'm going to try and get my slow off, but it's not going to work. That's okay, I was able to blink behind Lili there.
You gave them what they deserved.
Now I'm going to pull back, I'm going to stop dealing damage, going to let myself cloak. And I'm going to come try and take this little vision area here. Being cloaked, I can still take it. That's interesting. Found something similar out in the practice game. Alright, I'm going to slow Tychus here. Blink behind him and take him out. Zeratul interested me because I figured he would be a good pub stomper. And by that I mean he would own public games. You know, just games where you solo queue, basically. I want follow through because I want to use my abilities to combo with my auto attacks to again deal more burst damage. Instead of Void Slash, which will deal more burst damage, yeah, while I'm cloaked. But I think follow through will let me continue, well, you know, following through. It's an appropriate name. I'm body blocked here. I mean, I'm blocked by this wall. I didn't realize that was going to be an issue. Alright, I'm going to sit here and wait in this corner until I can blink over the wall just like that. Slow Lily. Now I've got to get out. I've got to make sure to always save a little bit of mana for Blink, because Blink is how I get out of danger. Zeratul is not a durable hero whatsoever. He's got very low health. I think I have some coins. No, I don't have any coins right now. Oh, and these pirates are going to respawn here in about 10 seconds. I might be able to solo this camp, pick up some coins for my team, go back, and then turn them in. I think that's the plan. We'll execute that in the next 5 seconds or thereabouts. Okay, see if I can solo these guys. Should be able to. Alright, pick those up, blink into our base, use my Hearthstone to go back and heal up.
Here be some fine booty.
I thought I picked up coins, but I guess I didn't. I guess I left them behind. Alright, well, let's go get them. That's not cool. Alright, I'm gonna run over here because that's a shorter distance. And then I'm just gonna blink over, pick them up. My buddy there is probably gonna need some coverage while he goes for the chest. Now, blinking does not break cloak. That is really cool. Oh, here's a camp. I can see it on the map here. If you notice in the lower right, there's a little purple flag. That means you can come here, take out a camp. But look like my teammates need some help in a team fight here. No, they don't really. I think my efforts would be better spent picking up more coins for our team. If I collect 2 coins here, that'll give us enough to turn in and get another. Oh, looks like the pirates are already bombing the enemy. That's good. Alright, now I can choose another talent. Shadow Assault or Void Prison. I like Shadow Assault because it lets me solo one enemy hero fairly easily. Now again, I've only played 1 practice game, so I don't know if I'll like Void Prison better, but it seems like a situational thing. Like I'll choose game per game what to do. Now I like picking up the coins as Zeratul for my team because I can sneak over to the turn-in point without the enemy really noticing being cloaked. I'm gonna come here and clear this wave while my teammates pick up these mercenaries. Now I don't have any means of sustaining myself. I didn't pick up Vampiric Assault, so I'm going to be letting my team soak up a lot of the damage. I do like playing as heroes who can heal themselves. We're turning in more coins now. Diablo's by his fort trying to save his bottom lane there. Looks like we're going to get another bombardment from the pirates. Wow, we got 3 up top here. I'm just going to hang out right here. We got Stitches moving in. I'm going to go straight for their Sylvanas. Oh, wow. That was a lot of AoE damage. I just totally absorbed... Well, I mean... I was hit really hard by a ton of AoE damage from them. So as you can see, a slight misstep as Zeratul. Although it looks like I've been shredding my opponents, and I have for the most part. But a slight misstep just sends you right back to the fountain. Fortunately, my team is able to clean up. Now, the thing about this map is if your opponent takes you down and you've got coins on you, you're going to drop the coins and your opponent's going to be able to pick them up. I think my team was able to pick up whatever coins I had, if I still had coins. I like Giant Killer because it just makes me deal that much more damage. Looks like Diablo has no idea that I'm approaching here. Might have to blink on top of him, though. Got him. He was trying to go back. He was trying to Hearthstone.
Looks like a hero has quit the fight. Looks like that hero's back for more.
I don't have any coins, so there's no need to be headed to the middle of the map. Oh, Diablo doesn't know that I'm here. Whoa, okay. He tried to push me back into his turrets. That's what blink is for. I like to save blink for disengaging rather than engaging, although, depending on the circumstance, I'll use it for engaging. Oh, this camp respawns in 1 second. Nice! Pick up both these coins, mount up, let my cloak take effect. And you know what? Since I'm here, I might as well turn in the 2 that we've got. I do see an enemy being chased by a friendly Gazlo. Oh, Diablo comes and jumps in. I'm gonna ult because he's a tank. That's scary. I don't know where the other enemies are on the map. I only see that Diablo is down. So, because there's a very good chance that they could be hovering around that area and I'm very low health, I'm just gonna get out. There are 2 coins to be picked up over here. I'm cloaked, so I'm gonna pick them up. And then, well, I picked up 1. And then I'm gonna get out of here. But we do have a teammate over here trying to engage.
And heroes on a dead man's chest.
Alright, we got a team fight that's about to blow out here, but they could use a lot of AoE damage. I'm very low health. Could be extremely dangerous.
Looks like that hero's back for more.
Okay, I was able to get Lily. Oh, Tychus threw a grenade at me or something. But I was able to level up. I've got 3 coins, virtually no health. I need to get to a fountain. Here's one. Here's one. Alright, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. I haven't been paying attention to chat this whole video, or this whole session. But the first time I really did, well, oh crap. No, you don't. See if I can slow him down. There we go. That ought to work. Alright, we got some AoE coming in, though. I'm gonna try and turn in my coins. Nope, Sylvanas is coming. She sees a low Zeratul. She should have gone for it, but didn't. Probably could have sniped me with some sort of long-range attack. I've got to come back in here. My team is actually going to lose this. We should just get out. I'm too low health to do anything. Except maybe kill Tychus. Maybe kill Tychus. Oh, Tychus is already slain.
Yeah, I'm not sure all that was.
Alright. So I picked up 19 coins. I need to turn these in. Now, Rending Cleave sounds like a great idea, right? Because it deals additional damage after cleaving, and I think it is a great idea. Alright, so we got the pirates firing on our enemies again. I gotta go back. Oh, coin's still there, they said? No, I don't think so. Alright, I totally forgot what I was just saying. Oh yeah, we're talking about our Rending Cleave versus double bombs. I'm gonna pick double bombs because this lets me cast another ability, which works with my auto attack empowering. So that sounds like a really good idea. I like having a lot of burst opening up, but I also like the prospect of having good follow-up damage after I'm uncloaked. That's what lets me really help out in those team fights. So I've got 11 coins on me because I didn't turn them all in because the pirates didn't need all of them. So now, because there's probably not anybody near the turn-in point, because the pirates were just firing, I'm going to go ahead and move in early and turn them in. We got Stitches here protecting me. I love when teammates do that kind of stuff. I love when teammates do that kind of thing. That's freaking amazing. Now, I'm going to move to go get some more coins while the enemy rages battles in the top lane and mid lanes over here, or, you know, around there. Looks like there's 4 lanes in this map. Or a top lane, a double mid lane, and a bottom lane. I don't know how to explain it. Either way, while that's going on, I'm going to go pick up some coins. Now that there are no more objectives on the map for us to collect, except for this one, which looks like our team is doing anyway, I'm going to move into the mid lane here. And slow Tychus down. Body block him with a blink there. Hitboxes in this game feel larger than like League of Legends, so you can use your character, you can use your hero to block off an enemy's retreat more easily. I'm not sure if that's the case, it just feels that way. So we got a boss mob here. Ouch. And he's wailing on me. He really needs to switch over to Stitches. Uh-oh. Blink! Oh, I didn't get away in time. So the enemy caught us fighting the boss. As two, we really should have more than two heroes trying to fight the boss. That was a really greedy move by Stitches, and I probably shouldn't have assisted him in that, but admittedly, being as far ahead as it feels we are, I felt like I should join him there. Just kind of try and press our advantage. And when you are ahead, you can kind of do things like that. You look for ways to get more ahead, and that was one way, but typically you want to try and get more ahead in a safe manner, so that the enemy doesn't have a chance to capitalize on any potential mistakes. It was a gamble that we didn't need to take, but that we could afford to, is one way of putting it. Tychus, ooh, taking out our Sylvanas. There's a lot of coins that they just picked up. They might actually turn in. Yeah. I'm gonna get moving over there to prevent them from turning in, actually, because they just collected a bunch. They're gonna want to offload those. Looks like Tychus is headed that direction, but he's going for the chest to combat our Tychus. I could go help our Tychus, but I want to stop them from turning in. Alright, decided to go check that out. Now I am going to go help our Tychus. Yeah, I really like this ult. So we picked up some coins. Now we should go turn in for our team.
I will fulfill my calling.
I'm going to turn in our 3... Well, my 3 and then Stitch's 8 here. That ought to give us another bombardment from the pirates. The enemy just took this chest. I just saw this chest disappear, so I know they're around here somewhere.
Seems we've reached an accord. Let's show your enemies a jolly good time.
Or it could have just been that the chest disappeared once we turned in coins.
Don't wait for me.
Gonna get away from his ult. Oh, okay, I couldn't take him. He was too tanky. But we do have the pirates bombing their fort right here, which is really good. We can see the cannonballs land. Boom! Boom! Wow, those cannonballs deal serious damage. I didn't realize exactly how much they were doing. But they are annihilating the enemy team. Notice how we haven't had to push into the enemy's base ourselves at all. It's just collecting the objectives on the map. That's what's really fun about the maps in this game. They're objective-based, and the benefits are very noticeable. Grants lifesteal and increased duration. Nice. That's for my ult, which lets me close the gap on my targets. Lets me really stick to a single target and annihilate them. Now, I didn't have my ult against Diablo, and he did just a second ago, which is why he was able to take me out. Well, that's not the entire reason why, but it's one of the reasons. So the enemy is actually pushing one of our lanes here. We're really close to being able to turn in again, and probably have another fort taken down by the pirates. Now that I have been spawned back into play here, now that I've been put back into play, I can attempt to do something here. I'm gonna stop right here and be stealthed. Hopefully they don't notice me. Alright, so their Abathur is helping them out. Ah! Alright, that was overconfident of me. I engaged 1 versus 2. I didn't have the element surprise. The element of surprise, in other words. I was visible for too long, and I didn't get the drop on an unaware opponent or an opponent who was at a disadvantage. You need to fight whenever you have some kind of advantage, and I didn't really have one there. So the enemy turned in their coins, and now our fortifications are being bombarded. Which is okay for right now, because we've got a lot of fortifications left. Well, more than the opponent does. Also, we had 17 of 20 coins turned in, so getting another turn-in completed will not be too difficult. I am still down for another 15 seconds or so. Enemy team seems to be rallying up. They're ahead of us in levels, actually. They're doing a lot better. They're coming ahead. They're pulling back ahead in this game. They're catching up. We don't want that. Now, Stitches is soloing, or attempting to solo these two. Oh, not again. Alright, so those two are extremely difficult to take down. And that's not even a player. That Lily right there is AI. The AI is very capable in this game. Sylvanas and Lily together are doing a bang-up job of just destroying our base. They're the only ones who have coins right now, the enemy team, that is. We need to group up. Tychus is casting his ult. It's a pretty good ult. I forgot the name of that. I think it's called the Odin. Yeah, that makes sense. It was the miniature version of that. The miniature version is called a Thor. Yeah. So that is the Odin. The Tychus gets to use the Odin in StarCraft 2. So it's a pretty cool ult for him here. Alright, our team rallied up. We're starting to take some objectives. We're putting some more pressure on them. I'm about to drop back into play here. Now I need to join my team. Oh, there's some coins right here. Let me go pick that up, because we're going to need the coins. If we can get another bombardment while these guys push and while we collect these mercenaries, we'll be good.
Huh? They're all paid up? Bah, who cares? Let's get to the fun part!
Okay, we've got bombardments going, we've got mercenaries moving in. Now I'm going to go join my team for team fights, but I am of course going to wait until I have some sort of advantage as an assassin here. At this point in the game, every other hero has... Oof, this is bad, this is very bad. Oh no. Looks like the enemy is doing a great job at winning these team fights, but we do have the pirates bombarding the enemy's core. All the enemy has now is the core, just that one structure, and Gazlo is pushing it now. So the enemy core, you can see up here at the top, is at 95%, 90%, 85% health. We got Gazlo trying to solo it down. The enemy is no doubt going to be charging in from right here, because as they notice this, they're going to use their Hearthstones to get back and come try and stop him. Or they're going to push our core as a group of 3 at the very least. But it looks like Gazlo's just going to solo it. Good job, Gazlo. Good game. Alright, so this was a really fun game playing as Zeratul. This is my first time playing him in a real game. And I don't know if the enemy team just didn't notice that that was happening, but, you know, that was pretty cool. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I certainly did. I really like playing as Zeratul. One thing that I noticed... Oh, by the way, it's still April Fool's mode. Even though I'm playing this on April 2nd, it's still April Fool's mode where you get the big head mode. Which, you know, is kind of a cute thing that they did for the joking holiday. Is April Fool's a holiday? Can you consider it a holiday? I think maybe. I think by this point, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. We'll just go ahead and call it one for now. But anyway, yeah, that's what they did, so he looks kind of funny there, which is, you know, the point. In any case, this was a lot of fun. One thing I noticed about Zeratul is that he's really strong in the early game, and then as all the heroes on the map, enemy and friendly alike, come into their own as they get their builds completed, Zeratul seems to drop off because everyone else has things to counter him. They might be more durable. Maybe they've got some lifesteal. Maybe they've got some escape abilities. Maybe they've picked up some shield talents. As things move forward in the game, Zeratul and people get more and more options, Zeratul becomes less effective, or so it seemed. This is just my very first assessment of him in a real game capacity. In any case, hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.